I'm sure that by now you must have got an idea that in this program our emphasis shall lay on uniform titles and serials. That is, we shall be discussing cataloging aspects associated with such documents that fall under the category of uniform titles and serials. I shall be first taking up uniform titles. Well, it's a device introduced by AACR2 to bring together all scriptures, epics, folklore and other anonymous works at one place in the catalogue. Some of these works have got translators as well. These translators do not form the part of heading statement because of the simple reason that they are not the original contributors for such publications. Alternatively, the title of the document becomes the heading statement. Now let's take few examples and see what happens when the title becomes the heading statement. Some of these titles are an introduction to Rig Veda, a commentary on the Rig Veda, Rig Veda for the beginners, and a bird's eye view of the Rig Veda. All these documents, as you see, are about Rig Veda. In case we make the title as the heading statement, then all these cards get scattered in the catalog cabin. Our main aim or purpose is to facilitate a user or a reader to locate such documents at one place in shortest possible time. Therefore, in order to avoid such inconvenience, does AACR2 lay down any recommendations? Let's take an expert's view.
Regarding his titles.
Well, Usha, you have raised a very pertinent point about the AACR. The AACR has a complete chapter. For example, chapter 25 deals with the subject of uniform titles. The whole chapter tries to resolve the problems faced by the cataloger in dealing with publications which manifest themselves under different titles. The concept of uniform title is to be carefully understood. Whenever a publication appears under different titles and in different versions, the best known title has to be selected as the uniform title, and it has always to be provided in square brackets when rendering in the cataloging entry. For example, the whole aspect of uniform title is presented in AACR under three groups of rules: basic rules, rules for the addition of uniform titles, and special rules. The basic rules are meant for selecting the title and choosing the pertinent form of the title itself, while the second set of rules are meant for adding some additional elements to distinguish the case of two identical form of uniform titles occurring in the main entry heading of the catalogue. The third set of rules are special category of rules applicable in case of special classes of material such as legal documents, religious works, and scriptures. Rule 25.1 gives 5 criteria for the use of uniform titles. Number 1, how well the work is known. Number 2, how many manifestations of the work are involved. Number 3, whether main entry is under the title. Number 4, whether the work is originally in another language. Number 5, the extent to which the catalog is used for research purposes. Basic Rule 25.2 gives directive to choose one title from among various ones that appear on different manifestations of work. The uniform title that is chosen must be given in square brackets preceded by the title that is actually available on the title page of the book. If the entry is the main entry, in that case the square brackets are optional. For works that are published after 1500 AD, the original language by which the work is best known is to be taken as the uniform title. If uniform titles used as main entries are identical, then the information is to be given in parentheses in separating them. For example, if the uniform title utilized is clashing with the name of the person as the heading or the name of the corporate body, then separating aspects are to be given in the uniform title in parentheses. Rules 25.6A1 and 25.6A2 deal with parts of the work. Let us try to understand what they state. When a separately catalogued part of a work has a title that is not dependent for its meaning upon the title of the collected work, the title of the part alone is used as the uniform title. 25.6A2 states, if on the other hand the work has a title that is dependent for its meaning upon the title of the work, the uniform title is the title of the whole work followed by the title of the part as subheading. Let us now turn to rule number 25.17. This rule deals with sacred scriptures. The general rule states the uniform title for a sacred scripture should be the title that is usually used in English language reference sources that discuss the particular religious group that uses the scripture. Rules 25.18b to 25.18m relate to the scriptures such as Buddhistic scriptures, Vedas, Upanishads, the Bible, the Quran, etc. These are explained through examples.
Thank you, Mr. Satyanarayana. So, having understood the concept of uniform titles, let's practice a few catalog entries for a document. I have a document here with me entitled Kathopanishad with Shankarabhashi. This document has got all the information that are required for the cataloging on the title page itself. You must be aware that there are about 200 such Upanishads. So, in order to bring together the different manifestations of these Upanishads, we have to make the catalog entry under the uniform title, which is Upanishad. This uniform title is subsequently followed by the title of the particular publication, which is Kathopanishad in this case. Now, I shall be reading out the main entry for you. The main entry is under the Upanishad, which is the uniform title. It's subsequently followed by Kathopanishad, which is the title for this particular publications. Then the details about the editor of these publications are given, and similarly in the tracing part, the information is given about the required number of entries that are to be made. Here in this case, we have to prepare the edit entries for the editor, title, and the series. Now I shall be taking up all these edit entries one by one. This is the editor edit entry. Here in this case, the editor is Surendra Dev Shastri. Rest of the details being the same as per the main entry card. The second edit entry is for the title, which reads as Kathopanishad with Shankara Bhashi. Similarly, we can prepare the edit entry for the series as well. You can observe now that a user whose approach to a document is through the translator or commentator or through the title will not miss any books that he is looking for or that he is searching for. At the same time, he will be having an advantage of seeing all the cards pertaining to Upanishads at one place in the catalog given. This also facilitates him to have a complete scenario of the total publications available on Upanishads in the library. Now I have with me here 4 publications on different Vedas. Let's study the style of writing of catalog entries one by one. The first document in hand here with me is titled Atharva Veda Samhita. The title page of this document gives all the necessary information which is required for the preparation of various catalog entries. In the main entry, Vedas form the heading statement, or what is technically referred to as the access point. Now I shall be showing you the main entry for this document. In the heading statement, as you can observe here, Vedas is given, which is the uniform title. It's followed by Atharva Veda, which is the title for the particular document. Then the details about the translator, editor, and publisher, place of publication, and year of publication is given as well. Since we cannot accommodate all the information on one card, therefore the information is continued on the second card. In the second card, in the tracing part, information is given about the number of entries that are to be prepared for this document. In all, 4 edit entries are required for this publication. These are number 1, translator edit entry, number 2, editor edit entry, number 3, title, and number 4, series edit entry. Now I shall be showing you one by one all these edit entries. The first edit entry is for the translator, which is Whitney William DeWitt. Rest of the details being the same as per the main entry card. The second card is about the editor edit entry, which is Lardman Charles Rockwell. And the third card is for the title edit entry, which in this case is Atharva Veda Samhita. And finally, there is an edit entry for the series, which in this case is Harvard Oriental Series. With this, we complete the cataloging procedure for this particular publication. As I told you earlier that I have got 3 more publications with me on Vedas. The second publication I have in hand is titled The Hymns of Rigveda. Now let me show you all the entries that are to be made for this particular document. The main entry will be under the uniform title, as have been told to you earlier also. Here the uniform title is Vedas, which is followed by the the particular title of the document, which is Rig Veda. Then the information about the translator, editor, title, and the series is given. In the continuation card, the information about the tracing part is given, which indicates that the edit entries are to be prepared for the translator, editor, title. Now I'll be taking up the edit entries for this publication one by one. The first edit entry is for the translator, which is Griffith Ralph Th in this case. Rest of the details being the same as per the main entry card. The second edit entry is for the editor of this publication, which is Shastri J.L. And finally, there is an edit entry for the title of the publication, which reads as The Hymns of the Rig Veda. With this, we complete the cataloging procedure of this document. As I told you earlier that I have got 2 more books on Vedas. These are Samveda and Yajur Veda. Now we shall be discussing the cataloging aspects associated with this document, Samveda. Let me first take up the main entry for this document. The main entry, as usual, is under the uniform title Vedas, subsequently followed by the title of the particular document, that is Samveda. Besides the rest of the details, in the tracing part, the information is given about the edit entries. In this case, we have to prepare only 2 edit entries, that is for the editor and for the title. Now we shall start with the edit entries. The first edit entry is for the editor of this publication, which is Ganapati S.V. Rest of the details being the same as per the main entry card. The second edit entry is for the title, which is Samveda. And with this, we finish the cataloging procedure for this document titled Samveda. The next document that we are going to take up is Yajur Veda, as we discussed earlier. Now let me show you all the entries that are to be made for this particular document. Here the main entry is under the uniform title Vedas, followed by the title of this particular document, Yajur Veda. Besides rest of the details, the continuation card gives the information about the tracing part. For this document, we have to prepare the edit entry for the editor and the title. Now I shall be showing you the edit entries one by one. The first edit entry is for the editor of this document, which is Devi Chand. Rest of the details being the same as in the main entry card. The second edit entry is for the title of this publication, which reads as the Yajur Veda. So, with this, all the entries pertaining to Vedas would be placed at one place in the catalog. And as a result, the user will have a total picture of the literature available on Vedas in the library at one place. Hence, the need for preparing these entries under uniform titles for such documents. So, having dealt with the cataloging aspects associated with the documents under uniform titles in this part of the program, we shall be discussing the cataloging procedures associated with serial publications in the forthcoming part.